Keep Love Lovely, the relationship show. Your hosts, LA and Terry Walker.
Hi, I'm LA.
And I'm Terry.
And we welcome you to
Keep Love Lovely,
the relationship show.
where we talk about everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything. And we did talk about everything with a great couple, Chuck and Andrew, affectionately known as Drew. We asked them what we ask every couple when we first meet with them, how long have you been together?
How long?
8 years.
4 months.
Awesome.
8 years and 4 months.
That's great. So how did you meet?
We met online.
Really?
Yeah, the roommate I was living with, I'd given up. I was done. I figured I'd just spend the rest of my life alone. And he had me put an ad on a dating website. And I didn't know that this one had paid the extra and for the bells and whistles so he could see who was looking at his website. And
Cautious by nature.
I had stopped and looked at his website and moved on. Well, then that night I had gotten an email from him that I really liked your picture. I'd like to take you out to dinner. The running joke is that I made him wait a day. I didn't call until 24 hours later. And then he took me out to dinner, which was March 1st, 2008. March 7th, he told me, I think I'm falling in love with you. April 23rd, I asked him to marry me. And June 27th, 8 years, 4 months ago, we got married.
That is incredible.
Awesome.
For all those who said it wouldn't last,
Join us next Thursday for our segment on making time for romance. Meet the incredible but very busy Corey
Usually
Sadler.
Chris has to say to me, I'm not getting the best of you. I'm getting what's left over. The world is getting Corey Sadler.
Romance without finance? Well, that's just a nuisance. Show me the money.
Actually, I kind of started, when we first got together, I would kind of crack little jokes and little sarcastic one-liners, and of course then we just got together, so he wasn't used to that. And then I had to explain to him that, for our marriage, or for my marriage, I always wanted the template of my parents, because my mom, was married twice. It was her second marriage that lasted longer than the first. And they would always joke around. They always kind of they weren't disrespectful to each other, but they would just make these crazy stuff. Like we'd be having Sunday morning breakfast and my dad would sit across from my mom and take a piece of toast and throw it in her plate and says, "Butter my toast, woman." And the toast would go back into his plate. This would go on a couple of times, and then my dad would look at me and look at my sister and get this little, kind of like a little kid, the look of a little child, a little boy when he's got his hands caught in a cookie jar, and he'd look and smile, and he'd throw it one more time, and every single time the toast went flying across the room.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gee, that sounds like great fun.
Yeah.
You want to toss some toast?
Well, as long as I know ahead of time that's what you're going to do, because if you caught me off guard,
It would not be nice.
It wouldn't
No.
be pretty.
No, it wouldn't be pretty.
Humor is a major part because
laughter. We're always laughing.
because
Usually at
you've
each
got,
other.
you've got the daily pressures of life. You work, you got everything else going out in the world and everything. It's just like when we come home, it's like, all right, this is the sanctuary. This is this is where things have to be on a calm level.
Right.
And it is, for the record, and a lot of people don't really believe this, but in 8 years, we've had
2, 3.
2 or 3, and they've been disagreements.
Okay.
Okay, they could have went further, but either one of us will stop and say, something?
I'm
No.
sorry.
No.
Yeah, I think our longest fight lasted 5 minutes.
So let me get this straight. They don't argue.
Isn't that something?
It is not our testimony,
Oh,
though.
no, it's not. And actually, it sounds kind of freaky. Never argue? Let's try it.
Yeah, let's try it. You know what happens to us is she says these words, "I don't want to talk about it." Now, when we first got together and she would say, "I don't want to talk about it," my ego would be bruised and I'd be like, "Yeah, well, you're going to talk about it though." And then, I would see her head kind of like spin around and spit out this green stuff. And I realized that when she says she doesn't want to talk about it, don't talk about it.
I think another big one is respect.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't talk down to him. I've never cursed at him. And it's just something we don't do because in the past, the relationships, I didn't like being treated like dirt. And I'm certainly not going to treat anybody like that. And let's face it, I love him. Why would I talk to him that way? I like that we go out and do something as a couple for the community. It's not so much individually based because it's not I anymore, it's we.
Right.
Although he's funny, when the ice cream comes out, it's all of a sudden his. Funny how 8 years later he still uses the word my.
Yeah, I try. I do it every so often to see if it's
Cracks
changed.
me up. Nope,
It hasn't changed though. I'm like, damn. Oh well.
Not nice.
This has worked out so well is because I don't know. I think when you come together, it's not the same for everybody, but as you're older
Yeah.
and you reach because we met each other,
I was 40,
mid 40s.
I was 42. He
Right.
was 44.
Yeah. So at that point,
It
you're
wasn't
settled
the
down.
first. Yeah.
You're
It wasn't
settled
the
down.
first relationship.
And you've learned what not to do and
Right.
what shouldn't be said.
Well,
And what shouldn't be.
I know I never loved anyone enough to want to marry them. And then he came around and rocked my world. I was like, oh, I better get him before somebody else does. Yeah, I proposed to him and he said, there you go, beating me to the punch again. He says, I swear I was going to go look for rings next week. I said, well, I couldn't wait another week.
Right. Right.
Trust me, I've compromised. I'm keeping lists though. I cash them in on one.
Oh, I do nothing but compromise every single day.
I'm saving up my compromises for that one really big one.
I don't even write it
Okay.
down. I just do a blanket statement. It's just
Plan a vacation.
So where are we going to go on vacation?
Oh, I don't know. We've done California.
Yeah.
Sedona.
San Francisco, we've done that.
all
We've
of
done
that,
Los Angeles.
yes.
We've done Palm Springs.
Arizona.
Oh, we've done all of
Been
Arizona.
on the cruise.
Yeah, we're on a cruise. Went
So-
to New York.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And so I want to go home.
Really?
Yes.
Chicago.
My kind of town.
Uptown,
Absolutely.
Chicago.
Because
All right.
because
Because it's a good time to go
That's true.
before winter.
yes, long before
Although
winter.
it doesn't mean much. It can be cold now, but this is the right time. to
Great
go.
food.
Oh,
Great
Lakeshore
shopping.
Drive.
Oh,
Oh
so
my God!
wonderful.
Yes, the North Side. Hang
Yes,
out.
hanging out, baby. Museums
Yeah.
and theater. And just so you stay on top of what's going on in the theater scene and food scene in Chicago, we have a friend that has a website, Romantic Time in Chicago. And even if it is cold, there's nothing more beautiful than Michigan Avenue during the Christmas holidays. Awesome. Come on, let's go. I'm
Yes.
ready. Let's get
All
out of
right.
here.
Join us next Thursday for our segment on making time for romance. Meet the incredible but very busy Corey
Usually
Sadler.
Chris has to say to me, I'm not getting the best of you. I'm getting what's left over. The world is getting Corey Sadler.
Romance without finance? Well, that's just a nuisance. Show me the money.